Welcome crafters, Michelle here. I have a beautiful Deco Mesh Christmas wreath for you today. In today's crafting adventure, I'm going to show you how to pull together these materials and make a beautiful red and white peace and joy Christmas wreath. Stay tuned and I'll show you how to make it. For today's Christmas wreath, I'm going to be using a 14-inch square wreath form. This one I did pick up from Dollar Tree. If you can't find them at Dollar Tree, I'm sure Michael's, Hobby Lobby will carry them. If not, you can definitely find them online. You will also need a roll of 10 by 10 white Deco mesh. And I also have a roll of the red and white soft poly mesh. Now this one is 10 inches by 6 yards. I think these are going to make a beautiful base. You're also going to need some white pipe cleaners. I picked my white roll of Deco mesh from Craft Outlet, and this one I picked up from Hobby Lobby. Let's get our pipe cleaners attached to the wreath form. When adding your pipe cleaners, you want to add one to every crossbar. You'll be attaching it to the center and outer bars. Attach one in between each of the crossbars in the straight section, and in the corners you'll be attaching two, one on either side of the point of the corner, for a total of 20 pipe cleaners. I have my pipe cleaners on my wreath form. I have 3 beautiful ribbon that is going to go into the wreath today. This one I picked up from papermart.com. And this is 2.5 inches at 10 yards. I loved that beautiful kind of frosty, has a little bit of glitter, red and white. Definitely gives me that Christmassy vibe. This one I picked up from Walmart. I like this. It kind of has a little bit of that beige background with a white stripe and then a little bit of a red glittery stripe, which I think is really pretty. Gives that Christmas feeling again. And then I just have this nice rich burlap ribbon. Now these two are 2.5 inches and this one is 2 inches. This one I did pick up from Dollar Tree and it's only 9 feet, and you will need 2 rolls. Cut 14 pieces of each ribbon at 12 inches and dovetail their ends. Now to fill our base, we're going to be doing 2 methods. We're first going to start with the poof method, and then we're going to fill in with the curl method. I have my roll of 10 inch by 10 yard white Deco mesh. Now I'm going to scrunch the ends together here. I'm going to start here on a crossbar. Now we're going to measure our poofs at 10 inches, and you want to start to measure here where you tied it off. Measure to 10, pinch, go to the next pipe cleaner and place it in. In the description box below is a detailed list of all the tools and materials used in today's project. I'm back to the place I started, and now I'm going to trim off my mesh. You need to leave at least an inch. You don't want that to pull back through. Now do your best to go through and just open up your poofs as much as you can. You want to get the best coverage out of those poofs. All my poofs are nice and open, and look, you get a nice fluffy base, and we're going to beef this baby up. Now with what's left of my white roll here, I'm going to clean my end up, and then I'm going to cut it into strips at 10 inches. And I want to get as many as I can out of what's left. I like to use a rotary cutter. It gives me a very clean cut, which reduces fraying when you're working with Deco mesh. And now I have my red and white poly mesh out, and I'm cutting this at 10 inches as well. I'm going to cut the entire roll. I have my mesh cut. I was able to get a full 20 pieces of this, which I'm really happy. I'll have one per pipe cleaner. Out of the white, I was only able to get 16, so I was short by 4. So I pulled out a roll of red 10-inch Deco mesh, and I've cut 8 pieces at 10 inches. That'll make up for my shortfall of the white. And the reason why I did 8 was so that I can get that color evenly distributed throughout the wreath form. So now we're going to start to add to our wreath. I'm going to start here on one of the corner pieces. I'm going to use my bow dabber to help me hold everything. Now on these pieces we're going to be doing a curl. Just want to do a nice curl. I cut them at 10 inches so I can get a good roll or two. That's kind of what you're looking for. You want to make sure that your ends are not sticking out. If your ends are sticking out, you've rolled your curl too tight. You need to go back and loosen it up a little bit. If you leave it that way, you'll have more issues with fraying. Take your seam side and you want to put that down. Now, if you don't have a bow maker, of course you can use a clip, or if you have good hands, you can use your hands. Now for this particular bundle, I'm going to do one of each color. So I'm going to start with the red, I'm going to do the white, and then I'm going to put the check in on top. Has that window pane weave to it. Okay, so that's going to be our first bundle, and I'm going to put that right here on one side of the corner. Okay, now only one side of each corner is going to have 3 pieces. All the rest of the bundles are only going to have 2 curls. So on my next one, I'm going to just do the window pane and the white. And I'm going to put the white on the bottom. Actually, you can alternate between putting the white and the color on the bottom. It's just that my base is all white, so I think I'm going to try to get all of my color up on top. So I have all my ribbon. Now I'm just going to alternate. I'm going to add 2 pieces of ribbon to each bundle. Enjoying the content and want to see more? Make sure to hit the subscribe button. When the notification bell pops up, if you hit that too, YouTube should let you know every time I upload new content. That is going to make such a beautiful base. Now on my next bundle here, which is the one in the middle of either corner, this one I'm going to add another red and this, and then go back to this and white. That way I have the red evenly distributed. I have a piece on each corner and a piece in the middle. I have all of my bundles in. I love that mixture of red and white, the different colors and textures. Very, very pretty. Now I'm going in and adding some jingle bells. These are silver. They come in a package of 6. I'm going to use all 6. I'm also going through and fluffing out and taking care of my pipe cleaners. So on the bundles where I'm not adding a bell, I'm just going to give it a couple extra twists. Leave about a 1/2 inch and trim, and then push those ends to the back. Then I just kind of want to lift up and curl out my ribbon so I can see as much of it as I possibly can. So I'm trying to put one of the bells on each of the corners. And then I have 2 extras, so I'm just kind of filling those in as I go. And to get these attached, I'm using the pipe cleaners. Just going to feed it right onto the pipe cleaner. Push it down, give a couple good twists, trim and tuck your pipe cleaner. There's nothing better than the sound of Christmas bells when people come in and out of your front door. I love that sound around the holidays. Okay, I'm just going to continue to fluff out my wreath, clean up my pipe cleaners, and add my bells. Look at how pretty. I went through, I fluffed everything out. I've added my jingle bells, and I am very pleased with this base. It is so nice, thick, and full. Absolutely gorgeous with all the different textures and different colors. Absolutely love it. For our sign today, I'm going to be using this one. I really like it. It has a little bit of an off-white color here that goes all the way around and a little bit inside. I don't know if the camera can pick that up. So it goes very well with the ribbon that I've chosen. The only glitter is here on the dove. May the gift of peace and joy be yours at Christmas. I thought that was very beautiful. I did pick this up at Dollar Tree, though it was a while ago. So I want to remove the hanger here. I'm not going to be using it. Now the sign already has 2 holes up here, which I'm going to use those. I'll be using floral wire there. But I also want to attach it here on the bottom. And for that, I'm going to be using these. They are called cable tie mounts or zip tie mounts. These are 1 by 1. Now they're lifted and they have an area here where you can feed in a zip tie, a pipe cleaner, twine, whatever you want to use. Now on a wood or MDF board, you can simply just peel off the sticky pad here on the back and use it. If you're placing this on a metal sign, you're going to want to remove the sticky pad and use industrial strength adhesive. Otherwise, if you put it outside, it's probably going to fail if you don't use the industrial strength. On metal signs, on the MDF or wood signs, these sticky pads seem to work just fine. The floral wire I use, I just pick up at Dollar Tree. It's 26 gauge and you get 100 feet. And then down here I'm just going to be using pipe cleaners, but I like it because you can slide them in either this direction or this direction. Enjoying today's content? Please show your support by hitting the like button, leaving a comment, and sharing the video with your friends. And then here on the holes, just take the floral wire, feed it from the front to the back, pull it up over the top. I like to pull it together and make sure it's even so I have enough wire. And then give a couple good twists. And then you have plenty of floral wire to attach it at the top here and pipe cleaners to attach it at the bottom. Now I want to put my sign right up on top in the center. Look at how beautiful that is. I love it. I'm so happy. And to get this attached, you just take your pipe cleaners, your floral wire, you move your mesh and your ribbon aside until you can get down to that wire frame in the bottom, and you attach it to the wire frame. You can attach it anywhere on that wire frame that you need to get your sign to sit the way you want. My sign is on and it's nice and secure. I went around and did a little fluffing. I pulled my ribbon out, but I am really happy with this result. I was going to add a few glitter berries and some red snow-covered berries, but honestly, I don't think you'd be able to really notice them. So I'm going to pass on that. I like it just the way it is. I'm very happy with the end result. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Now the wreath completed is about 22 inches wide and 22 inches high. So this makes a beautiful large size Christmas wreath for your front door.